Hello, this is Dan Sigmund, and I am coming to you with some more information. We can never have enough these days. I recently found out there is a survey out, and it asked individuals how much they trusted their government. And obviously we have federal, state, county governments. The answer was less and less all the time. And obviously federal government we're so far removed from. We don't know what's going on there. State government, almost as bad. You would think county government would be different, but I am bringing forth more information that you may not know about in our continuing story here about what's going on in Dodge County government. This video is about the September 20th, 2022 County Board of Supervisors meeting, in which the chairman, who I've been having a hard time holding him to county ordinances. Ordinances are the laws of Dodge County. Wherever the federal law or the state law doesn't apply within the county borders, the county has its own laws, and they call them ordinances, which have the authority of the state behind them. Some of these are what the chairman is having a hard time following, hard time keeping, a hard time obeying, and we've gone through channels to try to get that to happen. If you've seen some of this information on the introduction here in some other videos, you can pass by it. It'll be a minute or so. Otherwise, for you who are listening the first time, it would be a good introductory thing for you too about county ordinances. Each ordinance is created by the legislative body of the county, which is the Board of Supervisors. So we, the Board of Supervisors, have a big hand in making these county ordinances, passing them, you could say, and yet I have found some that the chairman just does not want to follow this session. So all are created by us in the county. Our county laws are meant to be followed, and some people say, well, no one gets killed, no one gets hurt. What's the big deal? So what? Well, we have to care about this. The Dodge County has a code of ordinances. Chapter 7 of this code of ordinances are the speed limits on county roads. Now, you know that if you go speeding down a county road and the sheriff is there and he catches you, he just doesn't disregard you. He'll give you a ticket. He is enforcing the county ordinance of the speed limit. Now, what would happen if you knew that the sheriff wasn't going to enforce Chapter 7 of the Dodge County Code of Ordinances? Well, you could just drive on any old county road you wanted and speed all you want. You wouldn't get caught. You wouldn't worry about it. You wouldn't think twice about it. Now, in these county ordinances, in this code of ordinances is Chapter 2, which is the rules that the Board of Supervisors must follow as they conduct county business. These rules are reviewed every year by the Board of Supervisors to see if they want to change something or if they want to keep them the same. But they are important because it guides the legal means of conducting business for county government. The Dodge County Board of Supervisors chairman is violating some of these rules, and the district attorney, who has since resigned, and the sheriff are disregarding it. I'm going to give you an example here. This is another example. Some of my other videos are earlier examples. This is from September. On September 20th, we had only one county ordinance violated, different from the other examples that I gave. But this ordinance is number 2.01, parenthesis 33, and it has to do with county committees. At the beginning of a session, the chairman appoints the supervisors to various standing committees in the county, on the county board. After he has appointed them, they all come to the board at a meeting for a vote of confirmation. It's a confirmation vote to say, yes, we think that this is good, we will go with your committee appointments. Well, in April of this year, we had an election, of 2022 I should say. We had an election. At that point in time, David Froling was elected chairman, and he then went about his rightful business of appointing members of the board to committees. At the May meeting, these committee appointments were confirmed. And if you look back to my video about the May meeting, you will see the problems, many problems we had there with obeying the law. But the fact is, I was confirmed to be on the Education Extension Committee at that time. We had a problem. Number one, they met on Monday morning when I couldn't come. I could come late in the afternoon, but on Mondays it was just impossible, and there was no give by the committee chair. So I couldn't attend. When it came to September, they decided, or I should say the chairman decided, that I would be replaced by another supervisor. That's all fine and dandy, but we have a law in the county that says how you go about changing a position on a county board committee that has been confirmed. It says an individual appointed to a committee of the county board by the board chairman and confirmed by the county board may be removed from that committee at a meeting of the county board. You notice how they talk in circles here? But that's okay. So far, so good. I was appointed by the chairman, the board confirmed me, and now it was confirmed by the full board. But the chairman, it says, upon the recommendation of the board chairman, he can be removed. He or she can be removed, but here's what has to happen. After a motion for removal has been made and seconded, and upon an affirmative vote of not less than 2/3 of members elect. So they wanted a protection there, that just because the chairman all of a sudden doesn't want someone on a committee, he can't just say, you're off, I'm putting someone else on. No, it has to come before the full board, and 2/3 of members elect. Even if everybody's not there, we have 33 members, 22 minimum have to agree with the chairman that this person can be removed. Well, if you take a look at the video of the September 20th meeting, you'll see what happened here. I will quickly explain it, but you can go look at it for yourself. At minute 7 is where this item on the agenda begins, where they are going to replace me with someone else on this Education Extension Committee. But here's what they didn't do. They didn't remove me. It was just a confirmation. It was a vote to replace me. A confirmation vote to replace me on the committee, but there was no removal. Now, how can they replace me if I'm not removed first? And how can they remove me if they don't go through the proper channels? Here's where we come to following county law. So look at that video meeting, starting at minute 7. I'll get it right yet. Agenda item 6, called for the replacement. The chairman didn't say removal, so I asked him at minute 15, I asked him, is this a removal? And the chairman responded, yes, this is a removal of Supervisor Sigmund from the Education Extension Committee. And I basically said, thank you very much, so I know what rule we must follow here now. Well, the chairman called for a vote, but the agenda only said to replace me, not to remove me. So the vote ended up being 19-11. What was the 2/3 of members elect number? 22. No less than 22. They did not have enough votes to replace me, but they said, well, this really wasn't a removal. They didn't have enough votes to remove me. They were just going to replace me. So they said, no, this isn't really a removal. It's a replacement. It's a confirmation vote for replacement, so we just need a majority. The Corporation Counsel, which is the lawyer of Dodge County, actually, I believe, knew better. but said, well, it's on the agenda as a confirmation of replacing, so you only need a majority vote. You can't replace someone who hasn't been legally removed. So the chairman broke the county law again. The lawyer of Dodge County encouraged and supported this lawlessness, which she did in another video too, I explained. And the district attorney did not care, for I took this to the district attorney and said, we had an ordinance violated here. It was a law that was broken, violated, and the district attorney said, I have 1,000 complaints on my desk. I don't know how I can get to yours. Well, two things crossed my mind. Number one, Dodge County sure is in a lot of problems here. We have over 1,000 complaints on the district attorney's desk. And number two, he buried it. He says, I don't know when I can get to it. I says, is it going to be in 2 weeks, a month, or 2 months? I don't know. I'll let you know. Well, obviously, it never happened. That was September. I haven't heard anything, and now he's resigned. So there you go. The district attorney doesn't care. The sheriff doesn't care, as you saw in some previous videos. What do? Just disregard it all and let's just go on and make believe everything's good? I believe you don't go for this kind of thing. We citizens do not take kindly to politicians who don't follow the law. It's as if they're saying to us, as citizens, obeying the law, 'tis good for thee, but not for me. We have two levels of standards here. Should the Board of Supervisors really get away with not following Dodge County ordinances? We have to. Why don't they? Especially the ones that are specifically written by them, for them to do government business. So I hope that we don't just say, that's the way it goes in politics. We should not have a ruling class that is above the citizens. The citizens constitutionally are above those who are in the government. We have it all upside down here in Dodge County. I want to help fix that. I need your help to fix that. So call your supervisor. There will be a link on Stand Up Dodge County or on freeindodge.com to find your supervisor. Or better yet, consider running against your supervisor. On a previous video, we gave you some supervisors of interest that voted to wink at lawlessness on the county board level. You can reference that too. Let's see, that would be the video about the January meeting. And you'll be interested in see what happened there. Then, if you can't run, find someone who maybe can. We need to have some help here at the board level to start getting the board to follow the law. So it's time for Dodge County to stand up and then take action. We have some supervisors on the board that are willing to and trying to, but we need the people behind us, because the power is not in us alone or in a few. The power of a constitutional government is in the people. So take a look at the paperwork I have for the September 20th meeting. Pass this along. Let people know this is going on in Dodge County. We want to get everybody to know about it. Thank you for watching, and watch the rest of the videos too.